If I had to start over from scratch trying to get money to get here to this point, this is what I would do. This video is about kind of starting from zero. If I were to have to go back in time, start from scratch, here's what I would do to get back to where I'm at right now with it. All right, let's dive right into it. First, if I'm being real, if I had to start all over, talking about before I even got my first job, I would probably find like a job or something that I can do instead of me like working different jobs for years and years and years. My first year working a job, I would have locked in, because I realized from years and years of working, you don't have the money still. You realize you're just buying stuff you don't need. My thing is, if I'm working a job, I would not buy any shoes, any wants that are not like going to give me more money. I would not try to look fresh. I would not buy no gear, really, nothing that's like not that important if I don't really have my own thing going on yet, because then you're gonna have to put more hours in and this is wasting time. I'm 22. I worked like since I was like 16, not consistently. I might take breaks and years off, but just repeating the same cycle of finding a new job and all that every year and restarting was not the moves. I would not do that. I would honestly maybe have 1 or 2 jobs that I would do, something that I could get a little bit of income just to start off, getting like maybe like $500 to $1,000. Once I work that little job or my job to get $500 to $1,000, I would invest that into inventory, but I would invest it into one inventory, so I can then start making my own money, doing my own thing. So I would have, way back in the day, I would have been bought inventory or something I could sell or resell, and I would have just not spent none of my work checks on like anything for fun, like vacations or trips. I would have stacked up everything, spent it all on inventory, equipment that I needed, but the equipment would be last. I was spending mainly on inventory and just like doing what I have to do at first. Like, for example, if I really didn't, like, bro, it's so crazy. The simplest way to get it is pretty much, you can make it out in 1 year easily. All you gotta do is get a little bit of income, put that bag into something that can make it more, and you're the one that's multiplying the bag. So just keep doing that, like keep figuring out how you did it. So like I said, I could really save myself some time. Back when I got my first job, I would have probably just stacked up for a couple weeks or months, not bought anything. Who knows, I might have stacked it for a whole year. You should definitely have at least 1,000 or after that, or like a little more than 1,000 for sure, after you stack for a minute. And I would have just bought inventory, started selling the inventory, and then just started doing that. Like, easy, like, no, for real. I would have saved myself time. I did go to community college, but I ended up dropping out because I realized that the community college, like, it's just like, I'm like, all right, I know I want to do content creation. I know what I want to do, and this is something that's like not along the lines of what I want to do. It's just something, I'm only here so I can get a good paying job. So I was thinking, like, why not just do what I want to do now? You know what I'm saying? And then get paid from what I want to do. So starting over, I would from the jump, I used to like have my own med card. So I would go to like maybe a dispensary or buy things, and you know what I'm saying? I would spend like, you know what I'm saying? I would buy things like, while I was a working person, I would buy things like I didn't need, like, you know what I'm saying, recreational stuff. I would buy maybe clothes, shoes, do extra stuff I don't need to be doing. Like maybe driving a lot more than I needed to be driving just for fun. I might do something spontaneous, crazy, and just spend the money like it's not a big deal, and then go back to work. Like, that's not what I would be doing. I would have been staying down while I was working, and for real, I would have just bossed myself up like within a year. Because after a year of working a job and saving, you shouldn't really need to go back no more. After 1 year, if you really lock in and save the right way, but if you have the right amount of money stacked and you put it into your thing, you should be able to funnel that back up and just replace your job income with your side hustle. So I would have also, I can go back in time, I would have made a YouTube channel, just one channel, kept it YouTube friendly, where it's like no restrictions, no age restrictions. And I would have just dialed in on making content from the early, like whenever I could think, I would go back in time and make one channel and post content. Within the last 5 years or so, I probably had like 10, 15 plus different channels, just trying out different themes and different ways. So, I mean, I did go channel to channel and do different things. Sometimes you gotta evolve and change your channel, change your content if that's what you're feeling. But I changed my username a lot. I changed my name a lot. So it's hard for people that might see me to remember who I actually am, or like, what I'm saying? It's a lot of different names, a lot of different videos nowadays. Another thing I would do if I can go back in time is I would invest in a mentor earlier. What really helped me was getting a good mentor and being in like a environment of someone that's living the life I want to live. Like that was a big wake up call. Because at first, sometimes you might think what you want to do is impossible, or you might think it's not really like that, like it's not gonna happen or something. But when I did that mentorship, pretty much I joined a clothing brand, like mentor. I paid for it monthly and all that because I was thinking like, all right, this person is younger than me. They over here figured something out that I don't know. They don't work. They over here doing that clothing brand. They're over here teaching people how to start from scratch. They're over here giving in-depth. They have an in-depth community where you can ask questions. You can see results from people from the beginning to the. I'm like, okay, let me join. I joined, and it really did help because it gave me that inspiration. It gave me that motivation, and it showed me that it's normal people just like me and you out here doing it. Like everyone's out here like a normal person. You know what I mean? Like no one's out here special that you could do anything you see someone else do pretty much. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. Another thing I would do to start over, I would start investing from day one. Like from day one, from as soon as I got 18, or as soon as I got able to, you feel me, invest. Maybe even before 18, if I had like a family member, or a parent or something that could sign up for me or something. But I like it in my name. I like it in my name. Pretty much, I would have been investing in, mutual funds like a S&P 500. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I was between like 17 and 21, I'd spend, like a couple hundred on like just, flour or different things that are like recreational. Like I'd spend, within a year, I'll spend like over 1,000 on like I said, recreational stuff, maybe like a couple different shoes, couple different, outfits and stuff. Then the new year would start, and I'm over here trying to think, how can I get paid more? How can I get more money? Whole time, I would have just used the money from that. Like, I would have been investing every year. If you're willing to stay down, maybe be bummy for a little bit, or not really have too much out for a little bit, you'll be rewarded later. I'm in my early 20s. If I realize if I don't go out crazy shopping, don't buy the wants and stuff right now, save the trips for later, I could take all that money while I'm young, invest it, build my portfolio so like my compound interest will hit more. Pretty much I'll get as much invested as possible. Like all the shoes or Kuwait. Also, I wouldn't get an expensive car payment. It was a time where I had a Honda Civic, but it was like a 2020. I wanted to get the newer one, so I was paying like $500 a month for the car payment. And then I paid like $250 or $300 for the insurance. Then you gotta pay for gas, every week or so, or a couple times a week if you drive a lot. I was driving a lot. So that's over $1,000 a month I was spending just on a car, and I don't even have the car no more. I was spending that $1,000 a month. So I was thinking like, dang, if I would have just did even half of that or a fraction of that into a mutual fund, into an investing platform, it would be a great return. Like it would be now, because I had that car like a couple years ago. That's where it's now. Car's gone. I have nothing to show for it. I'm maybe just doing my grind. If I would have did that, invested in you feel me? I would now be at a crazier position. I would have something I could look at and see where my money's at, and I could be like feeling super proud of like, okay, the money's still working, the money's growing. So I would get rid of a car payment. I'll go back in time and I would get a reliable car, and it might not be the fastest or something. It might not be exactly what you want yet, but if it's reliable enough to get from point A to B, and you could maybe have no car payment or extremely low payment, and you could pay it off within like the first year, I would do that. No car payment gang. I'll do that. I'll do no car payment so I can invest. And once my investments are giving me a return of like whatever the car costs a month, then I might get it. But I'm not gonna spend my hard working earned money on a car that's just a depreciating asset. I'm not gonna work for a whole month and spend all that money on just a car and then I gotta keep paying for the car every month. Maybe I'll buy the car cash or buy it out where I can like sell it and get the money back. So that's what I'm thinking with it. That's where I'm at, honestly. So let me know how y'all feel about that. To be honest, starting from scratch, the main focus, what I would do is I would know it's possible. I have faith in myself. I would believe that it's going to work. I would figure out that you do not need to work or go to school. I would be in my own lane. Because I'm not going to lie, I was confused at first. At first, I was like, should I go to school? Should I not go to school? This is the right time. Everyone around me is going to school at this time. Should I try the school? So I went to school and I didn't like it, left. And then when I left and I was doing my own little hustle, it really wasn't working out. It wasn't successful really right there. So I ended up like feeling like, should I go back to school? You know, it's years later, I'm over here in my head like, should I go back to school? Now I'm thinking about like, all right, what classes should I do? Where school should I do? And I'm over here wasting time over here looking at community colleges now, trying to like, then I started thinking about, no, I'm not finna, you feel me, keep being confused. And then if I realized school wasn't for me, just don't go. You feel me? Just save your time for thinking about things that are gonna help you out. So I would have just been on my reselling grind. I would have just been on my YouTube grind more. I would have just been investing. So I would be pretty much, at this point, I would have had a YouTube channel that had been growing for years. I would have had videos that had been posted for years that have been getting money still. I would have had investments that are building up every month because I have no car payment and I choose to invest the money into a company so I could build myself up. I would have did that. I would have had the investments going. I would have had the YouTube going. I would have had the reselling or my clothing brand, either one or something like, I would have something for sale, and then I would have kept selling it, keep selling it until I figured it out some more. And I would have just focus on those three: the reselling / brand, YouTube, and investing. And I would have focused. Those are my big three. Whatever your passion is, do that. Whatever your thing is, or your favorite thing to do to get money, or like what you would love to do to get money, do that. But yeah, I would have just focused on them three. And like I said, if I would have just dialed in for 1 year, stayed down, maybe not even a full year, if I would have just not bought nothing unnecessary and worked for like even a year or less, I could have took that money, put it into these three other things, and I could have just been doing that. And you know what I'm saying? I could have been just doing that. Or I could have been doing that and working at the same time, giving the extra bag. Like if I really knew what I knew now, I could have moved out at 18, 19. I could have moved out way earlier. Because it's not that hard, but you live and you learn. I'm gonna give y'all a bunch more tips and advice on living alone, getting your luxury apartment, upgrading your lifestyle, and changing your life. Because pretty much now, what I do, if I could change myself, you feel me? If I could go back in time, I would tell myself like, look, don't worry. You might not be, things might not be hitting or crazy right now, but it's gonna work out. It's gonna figure it out. Just keep grinding. You're gonna have something hit. Don't give up your grind. I know how I feel when you might be doing something for a while, whether it's YouTube or whether it's whatever, and you're not seeing no progress, and life is already hard on you, and you're just feeling like you feeling like you gave it a shot. You feel like you tried it a lot. You feel like you gave it your all, and it's not working. And you feel like maybe it's not for you, or you feel like it's giving up. I would say in those times you gotta still go hard. You know what I'm saying? You still gotta, you know what I'm saying, lock in. Don't disappear and isolate yourself. Just express yourself some more. Take your pain out, take the frustration out on your art, and do more content. But the biggest thing, another thing I'd do before I would, if I can go back in time, I wouldn't spend no money dating. I was spending money on dating. Like, it's been times I had like someone I was dating or a girl, and I would like spend money on like maybe going out, getting food, taking places, dates, and I would not be doing that like if I go back. Cause you know what I'm saying? Thinking about all the money I spent on dates and dating, probably in like my lifetime, is probably over 1,000 from like different times going out, all that type of stuff. And I'm just like, bro, I don't even speak to none of those people no more. I don't know any of those people. And dating, I mean, it was like experience, you know, it happens sometimes, but now I'm just like, bro, if I were to go into dating or if I were to do that, I'm not spending my money because I'm young. I need to be investing. You could be young in your time and you're over here spending all your money on, let's say, dating and then nonsense and other stuff. Fast forward, you might be a little get, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get older, you're now in your 30s, 40s, and you're like thinking like what you could have been doing with the money, because you spent the money on people you don't even know no more. So it's like, back when you're sitting by yourself, you're over here just thinking like, was that really worth it? Like, I could have just spent the money on something that would help me, so I could help myself more. So yeah, getting a mentor is another thing I would have did from the jump. Sometimes when you're at a stage in life when you need a mentor or you're trying to learn information or figure something out, sometimes it's best to maybe stay quiet and listen to someone that knows what you're trying to do, or listen to someone that has that experience or more experience. You sit back, you listen, you might ask a question or whatever you got. If you have a concern or question, you ask so they can maybe answer your question for you. But I feel like that really would help you out. Like, finding a mentor, that would help me out. If I would have found a mentor way back that would have told me about like, yo, maybe work a job, invest, don't buy the nonsense, you don't need the newest expensive iPhone, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have, you don't even need the newest expensive iPhone, you feel me? Like, you're over here buying things because, you know what I'm saying, you want it and it's popular, but you could just stay down, get what you need to get, and then you get to a point where you could just buy a couple iPhones at once. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to just go like from 0 to 100 fast. You got to really make the sacrifice. You got to really stay down, really make this. I would have stayed down for the first couple years out of high school because, you know, who cares anyway? And then I would have just built my own things up. And by the time I was like in my like early 20s, I would have never probably had to work again. I would have probably had I would definitely have like a good amount invested, like a couple thousand invested. I would probably be feeling like I'm on top of the world. I would probably feel like I'm on top of the world. I would feel like, yo, I'm in my early 20s. I don't have a job. All I do is my YouTube. I got my investing. I'm over here thinking like, yeah, I got investing. I got my own methods. I probably, since I'm so young doing it, if I did everything right and I was even younger than I am now, I'd probably teach like a course or like have my own class online. But now, as you see online, there's a lot of people selling the same course and selling courses and stuff. So I didn't want to do that. I kind of just wanted to take the game from the courses that I went to and take what I know and kind of give y'all that knowledge on here. So yeah, I just want to keep it real, keep it 100,000. I appreciate y'all for watching this. You know what I'm saying? This is helping both of us. But yeah, another thing I say what I would do is I just kind of just believe it will work. Sometimes when you're at the beginning and you don't know it's gonna happen or work yet. Like, when I first did my clothing brand, I was thinking like, it was a goal, like I want to do it, but I don't know if I could pull it off. But you can, you know what I'm saying? You can. So just having more faith in your own vision, being able to take risks, being a stand-up person, like being a genuine person overall. Like, what I would do, maybe it might be a quick little get money scheme, but if it's not like right morally, or if it's like something to get money fast and it goes against what I would like, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I would do only things I would want to do, and I wouldn't do nothing like outside my character, outside. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how I would do it if I go back in time. Because I mean, now things are getting, you know what I'm saying, going better, getting up and everything, but I could have saved myself from working certain jobs or being told what to do or certain circumstances if I just took the hard path early. If I would have made it hard on myself early, like if I made it hard on myself by maybe dating for free only, like not spending no money on dates, staying down to myself, not buying like things I don't need to buy, like, you feel me, going to dispose all the time, like a lot, and maybe spending a good amount of money or buying stuff at the mall. Wouldn't be doing that. Maybe not eating out super often if I'm not at that point in my life, not getting the newest technology, not playing a lot of too many, you know what I'm saying, not overplaying video games. Like, it's stuff you could do, but when you overdo it, like, it's different. If you over here, you might go, let's say you go smoke once, okay, cool, but if you're over here spending over 100 a month and you're not even investing 100 a month, you know what I'm saying, like, you gotta really think about how the future gonna end up. The future, there's one future where you're spending 100 a month on gas and not investing nothing, and then there's the future where you're investing and you're gonna be thankful you did that. You're gonna look back like, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna look back like, dang, I'm glad I did that. But yeah, I feel like you don't really regret investing in your own thing, in yourself. I would have did that for sure. I would have invested in my passion a little bit earlier and sooner, and this saved myself a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Saved myself a lot of time. But hey, I hope you got some knowledge from this vid. Let me see y'all in the next one. Peace.